Hello everybody, it's Hayley here and I'm going to be talking you through the training for today. So we're going to be talking through time management, texting, a new hot market texting system. Some of you may have heard about it, some of you may not, and really getting appointments, the lifeblood of our business. So the truth of it is this, I'm going to give you a bit of a harsh truth now, not to demotivate you, if anything, it's to just try and make you realise that network marketing is an absolutely incredible opportunity, but there is about 80% of us that won't be successful. Now, I want you to be successful, the leaders want you to be successful, I'm sure you want to be successful, but many of you won't. You quit when it gets painful. So to be successful, you really need to learn how to push through those tough times if you don't want to be one of those people that gives up. The climb in this industry is the toughest. Now, I think we're all sometimes guilty of looking at other people's journeys and thinking, oh my God, look what they're doing, look how great they're doing. But the truth of it is, it's tough. We're all slogging away in the background, the things that you don't see. We're all working our butts off every single day, every single one of us. And anybody that's successful is going to be going through the same things as you, so just keep on climbing. Now, more financial freedom, more time, more money, more everything like that. There are reasons that we all get started, but this is not the destination. It's a series of moments. We've got to treat this like a business. Treat it like a job before you're going to be able to get all that time freedom, that extra money. You've got to treat this as something that you do every single day in, day out, like you would any other job. But it's really important that we spend our activity in the right ways. The good thing is, there is a lot of good times to be had on the other side of potentially the extra stress, the extra time that starting this new business with RX could create. Because before we all get started, we all fill up 24 hours anyway. So some of you might be sitting on here today and thinking, do you know what? I don't have time to fit in as much as some people are fitting in. End of the day, you're either going to fit it in or you're not. And if you do, the quicker you fit it in and the quicker you're consistent with your activity, the quicker you then get that time freedom, the quicker you then get that additional money that you're looking for. But the beauty of it is, it's all of this knowledge, all of these trainings, all of the tools that everybody in the industry that have come and gone before us, we get to put that into practice, and it creates that understanding, creates that confidence, and like it says there, creates that clarity, so you're not going to be overwhelmed. So, there are professionals in network marketing and there are amateur network marketers. Now, we get to choose how we build our business and who we become as we do. Now, I'm sure a lot of us on here have had a message or a conversation with somebody else in another company. Maybe you're even guilty of doing it yourself, where you've just kind of blurbed at somebody. Join my business, it's fantastic, this product's amazing, you need to try it. The beauty of it is, we get to learn how to do things successfully in this company, and from my experience in 3 years in another company, this is the best training that you're going to get within this company. And the leaders that have come and gone before us, and are coming and going before us, they really know what they're doing. But within network marketing, generally, as a rule, you've got to just say yes. Whatever it is you are being told to do by people that have done it before you and know that it works, just do it. Tell everybody what you're doing. Be prepared to talk to anybody, and then figure out how to get better along the way. Amateurs, they want to try and understand absolutely everything first. Have you ever had somebody come into your team that says, oh, I want to figure out all about the products first, just want to understand it all? Or maybe you've done that yourself. It's something that we think we need to do to understand how to do our job correctly, how to be a success in network marketing. But the beauty of this is, we get to learn as we earn. So just say yes, do what you're being told to do, get into action, and then figure out how to get better as you do it. Do not be an amateur that says they're going to figure it all out first, they're going to spend time researching all the products, then they might do a little bit, and then one day they might get around to talking to somebody about it. Like it says, the most important thing is to take action. Not only taking action is going to start getting you results, but it also makes you feel better as well. As you're actually progressing and doing things with your business and for your business, you start feeling more confident as well, so the kind of activity spurs on doing more activity, so it's an absolutely brilliant habit to get into. And by arranging activities, we're going to get better. And we get so many tools to share at the right time to help us do our job effectively. And something that I absolutely drew into my team is let the tool do the talking. And we have some fantastic business presentations. We have fantastic videos that have been shared by the leaders in the company that talk through all of the ins and outs of what we need to, or what we'd like to share with our prospects or our potential customers. All we've got to do is be that middleman and invite, and then share the tool that does the talking. And then if we need more help, we get them on a call. And like it says there, nobody knows what they do to start off with. So fall down 7 times, get up 8. If you keep going, you keep learning as you earn, you're going to get better. So let's talk about time management. There are some primary business activities that will help you earn money. There's going to be things that you do in your day that you end up faffing over, and then you suddenly realise that you haven't actually done anything that's made you any money that day, that hasn't generated any points. So this was taken, I actually went to a GoPro event in Manchester at the end of last year. This was taken from that. Now I'm very aware of the brilliant training that was had at the weekend. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. But I'm aware that there's a fantastic training that was put on at the weekend that talked about the 9 essential success activities, basically. So these kind of tie alongside it. This is a little bit more specific. Basically, if you are arranging these things, doing these things, and spending some time every day doing them, your business will be generating you volume, will be generating you income, which is what we all want. So are you booking appointments every day? If not, why not? Are you following up with people that you've spoken to the day before or the day before that? Are you actually presenting anything? Are you sending people information? Are you sending people business presentations, and are they watching them? If they're not watching them, presenting doesn't count. That can't be counted as an activity that you're going to be ticking off as having done. You've got to be making sure that people are watching what you're sending, or they're coming to the business presentations locally. Are you giving your team the recognition they deserve? Are you getting the recognition you deserve? And are you doing any attraction marketing through social media? Now, this doesn't mean sitting on there and looking at cats chasing rabbits around fields or, stupid videos like that. This means a set amount of time on social media for your business. 30 minutes a day. Just that. It could be posting some information in your product group. It could be doing a Facebook Live, sharing some exciting news about a product that you're trying. It could be any sort of attraction marketing, sharing about, a great example is if you were at the training at the weekend. That's such a fantastic thing. There's so many people that just sit and do the same thing every weekend, bored. What happens if they look at what you were up to this weekend? Did you post anything? Might you have gained a bit of interest and intrigue from people on your social media that way? Are you learning about the company? Are you learning about the products? Are you watching any videos? Are you actually giving yourself the tools and, with that in mind, the confidence then to continue to share information, talk to people about what it is you do? So like it says there, 4 to 5 hours per day. That might seem like a hell of a lot. But if we want the results in this business, we've got to find the time that we're going to generate those results. Now the beauty of it is, we do have recordings, so you can see there 60 minutes to 1 to 2 hours is taken up with presenting live. Personally, I don't think there's anything better than taking somebody to a business presentation to help them understand what it is this company is all about. But if you can't, you've got recordings, so this time can be cut down in certain areas. Another thing that I would recommend is value your time. If you're getting people in your team that are asking the same questions over and over, or if they are having the same planning meetings with you every single week and they're taking up masses of your time, is it worth it for them and for you to keep repeating yourself, or could you be potentially pointing them at a tool that could help? Now don't get me wrong, we all need support, we all need guidance, but it's also up to each of us and each of your team and yourself to make sure that you look for the tools yourself to get the answers, because the most successful people in network marketing find the answers for themselves. But with that in mind, you don't want to be getting asked random questions by prospects over and over again that maybe you've got a tool that could help with. So if you kind of get to the point, and instead of answering those little itty-bitty questions over and over, maybe there's a video that you could share that might do that, or answer that question a little bit more effectively, or save you that little bit more time. So it's just a bit of a note in there to really value your time and just think, well, is there anything I could share that could do that for me, so that I can crack on and get on with any of those points above. Schedule what works for you. That really is just pretty straightforward, you know. Work these activity points around your time schedule. And really, don't spend ages and ages typing out something that you could have either stored somewhere else and copied and pasted, or you could actually get them on the phone. Get them on the phone, do a voice memo, something that's a lot quicker, which will allow you, again, to kind of keep yourself from feeling like you're getting pulled left, right and centre. Now we're going to go through a hot market system. Now this just talks a little bit now about getting people started successfully. Now we've got some brilliant training already for people getting started, but really in order for people to become successful, what we need to do, it needs to be really simple, and that's what I've found is so effective in getting people started within RX. Now this system is based on those fundamental laws of network marketing. Do first, figure out as you go. But I want to ask a question. Who in that picture is the most important person? Is it the granddad because he's got all the wisdom? Is it the kind of middlemen, you know, let's say the parents in there rather than the grandparents? The newest person is the most important person, because without them there isn't any future family, and the same thing happens within our teams. We need to, anybody that has said yes to getting going within this business, we need to help them get results. We need to feed their mind, we need to guide them really until they're completely self-sufficient and get them into action. Because creating that action is going to create the confidence, which creates more action, and the results are just going to come flying in. So in the traditional world, this is kind of referring back to what we were going through a second ago, we go to uni, we go to school, we learn our trade, maybe we do an apprenticeship, and all the way along we're getting the education before we actually go and put it into the world, before we actually get to practice our trade. In network marketing, we do, then we learn as we go. It's not selling, it's actually serving people and serving what's best for them. So really, it actually plays on the most generous aspect of our personality. We really want to know, how can we help? Because our products, our business, it has value, so we don't need to try and flog them. We share what we know, and if you're a genuinely nice person, and pretty much everybody that I've met in RX is lovely, then you're going to want to know how you can help anybody you come into contact with. So try and focus on thinking about how can you best help that person, how could you best serve that person that you're talking to, in order to then share what it is that you've got your hands on. So, divorce the result, marry the process, then the fear disappears. That really is, forget about what might happen, forget about trying to get that yes, yes, yes all the time. Remember, we do, and we get better as we do. So the more that we do, the better the results are going to be. But if you don't get in there and do something, nothing's going to happen. So when you've got a new team member, they start off hopeful, but they maybe have a little fear. They kind of don't really know what to expect. Maybe they're really expecting quick, fast results, or maybe they just haven't got a clue what to expect. Now, if we don't move them to a belief in the business, a trust in the process, and confidence in what they're doing, their business fails. And it's action that makes that happen. So what does that mean? When a new prospect starts, they actually start joining the business, and the next significant point, the next sale or recruit or launch or anything like that, is going to help get them into action. The hot market system is in the middle of all that. So what is a hot market system? For the products, everybody can do this in the first 24 to 72 hours of joining, and this is kind of the same as what James does in his SOS trainings, but this is tweaked slightly from the GoPro stuff that I learned at the Manchester event. Your hot market is absolutely anybody that if, for example, you broke down on the side of the road, they'd come and help you. It might be your best mate, it might be anybody really, that if at 3 o'clock in the morning you absolutely needed them and called them, they'd be there, and vice versa. So all we're going to do is we're going to reach out to them and offer them a simple proposition. And we're going to ask them this question. I started a business and I need their help. I don't need you to join, what I do need is a favour. I need about 15 to 20 of the people whose opinions I trust the most to try the product that I have. So all I'm asking is that you buy one from me, try it for 30 days and see what you think. Now, can you help? Don't worry, it's okay if not, I just wanted to know. So what we're doing here is we're actually giving somebody a choice and we're respecting their decision, but also we're speaking to people that we would be there for them, we hope they would be there for us. And by doing this, it gives us these 3 skills that people need to be successful in network marketing. Having conversations with people. You know, there's no pressure there, there's no stress, you haven't got to remember anything. It's just asking a question. We're going to listen to whether or not they're helping. They might have some questions themselves. And then we're going to share our information, tell stories about what it is that the question is that they might have. So what this really is doing, it's allowing us to then share the videos that are on YouTube or on the X Office or on Insight about the different products, and then follow that up with some, you know, potentially getting them to join, well, be one of those 15 to 20 people and help you out, give you their opinion on that product. So the new team member, or something that maybe you've been in the business for a while and you haven't done a lot of retail, or maybe you just felt like a bit of a, I don't really want to do that, I don't really want to sell to my mates, that's fine, but you're not selling to them. You're going to use this system, and with regards to not selling them, obviously we'd like to sell a product, but we're not going to try and force a product on them. We're asking them for their support. Now this is going to see people, especially in the very beginning, you're going to get your money back. I did this when I came away from that event, and I'd been in a network marketing company at that point for 2 years. So this wasn't like, you know, you can't do this if you've been in the business or you've been involved in network marketing for a while, you can. But this is going to generate those conversations, and all we need is a conversation to share some information. So I was going to do a little bit of an exercise, but what I want you all to do now is I want you to make a note of that sentence there, and after this training tonight, I want you to do this. I want you to send 15 to 20 of your closest friends, family, this message. Now obviously if they already buy products off you, that's fantastic. So maybe focus on people that don't, or even maybe focus on people that have just completely dismissed the idea because you're just involved with one of those things. If they're that type of person, if they are a hot market person, trial this out on them. So I want you to make a note, and I want you to do that after this training. So hot market system for the business. This again is so simple and it's so much fun. It just takes the pressure off everybody. This focuses on asking the questions. Are you happy? Are you happy with something, whatever a negative situation is? So the way this comes about is you start conversations with people, but you start conversations with questions that you think would potentially bring about a negative answer. So you could be asking, how's your job? How's your boss? I heard you didn't like him very much. I saw on Facebook you were moaning about your boss. How's your dog? Are you getting to walking much at the moment? Are you getting to ride your horse very often? Have you got any holidays planned coming up to the summer? How was Christmas? Did you have fun? Or did you end up spending it stuck in like I did? You know, any question that, say for example, they don't like their job, their boss is a pain in the butt. Maybe they're not getting to ride their horse because they're at work until 7 o'clock at night and it's pitch black by that point. A question that will potentially get a response that you can help with, so you can then ask the question, are you happy working a job where you finish at 7:30 at night and don't get to see your horse in the daylight? Are you happy with a boss that you don't like? Are you happy not actually getting the income you think you deserve? If they say yes, there is nothing you can do. They would not be open to learning about anything more because they're all right, they're happy with that crappy situation, that's fine. It's not the right time for them. But if they say no, are you happy with a job you don't like? Are you happy not seeing your horse? Are you happy leaving your kids in day school, in nursery all day? No. We've got a plan to change it. You've got a plan to reduce your hours. You've got a plan to get a different job. Same thing here. If they already have a plan, yeah, to be honest, mate, I've got some interviews next week. If they have a plan, they're not going to be open to something else because they're currently in the process of sorting out that negative situation. So don't worry about it. Say fair play, mate, go for it. But if they don't, would they like to see one? Would they like to see a plan? This is so simple, and it's something that I do every single day, is I include 10 kind of hi, how are you messages. I call it that on my notebook, but it's basically 10 questions to people, new people, every single day, starting a conversation. Now, in my statistics, when I start about 10 conversations with people, about 3, 4, 5 people a day will get back to you. It varies. But over time, I'd say 3 people on the day get back to you, but over time, 5 or 6 do. So you might have some people the following day get back to you. But if you're just asking one of those questions, how's your job? How's life with the horse? Still keeping on full livery? How are the kids? Are they at nursery now? Anything like that. It allows you to then have this conversation. Are they happy? Do they have a plan? Would they like to see one? And the most important people are the ones that say yes. Might seem obvious, but if they don't want to see one, or if they go, no, I'm all right, mate. If they ask you, yeah, why, what is it, what you want about, brilliant, they are open. You've got to just be honest with them at this point. Tell them the truth. This might not be for you. Totally your choice, but let me tell you how it's working for me. And tell them your story. How did you, why, first of all, what are you up to at the moment? Well, you know, I used to be working in a call centre. Well, the things I didn't like about that were, and you know, say what you didn't like about, or what you don't like about your current situation, and why, when you saw network marketing, you thought, what's that? And you got started. It's a simple business story, and I don't know if many of you have, if you've got your business stories yet, but just in case you don't, tell them your background, tell them what you didn't like about it, and that's the most important thing, because everybody can relate to something they don't like about. Long hours, bad pay, crappy boss, whatever. Third point, how you came across network marketing, what you're on track to achieving now. So it could be that, and because of this now, I've got a plan with my upline. We were talking the other day, and by the end of 2017, I'm quitting my job. So if I sent you a bit of information that explains what this company is, would you like to watch it? There is absolutely no pressure there, and you are only asking them that question. You're being blatantly honest, telling them how it's worked for you, and you're asking them, if I sent you something, would you be open to watching it? And they've already said they'd like to see a new plan. Then you just got to show them the next tool. That could be, if I came and met you Tuesday night at 7:30 and picked you up, do you fancy coming to meet a couple of me and my colleagues at the pub? Take them to a BP. If I sent you a short 15-minute video, talks a bit about what I'm up to, would you be open to watching it? However you want to structure that, if I were you, sending them that next tool. But in order to run through those conversations with people, those questions, you've got to get talking. So like I said, strike up conversations. Set yourself a task of how many of those new questions you're going to ask people every day. Oh, mate, it's been ages. How are you? I saw on your Facebook that you have a new kid. How's the maternity leave going? Are you planning on going back to work? Just strike up conversations, a certain number every single day. Now, personally, I still love calling people, but there is no denying that the world's changing. Texting, Facebook messaging, it's what people do these days. Don't know how many times you've tried to call somebody, or you've tried to, you know, even yourself, you might have ignored a phone call and then sent them a message saying, sorry mate, I'm just in the middle of something, I'll have to call you back later, or what's the problem, or what you up to. People just like texting, so make the most of it. Get those conversations started. Another thing we can do is share a tool using an appointment. So, like it says there, we're in a text messaging, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp kind of age these days, so let's make the most of it. And there is nothing better than generating catch-ups with people. Generating a catch-up with somebody, going for a coffee, catching up with them over lunch and your lunch break, you know, it's rapport, it's friendly, it's real. So, appointments. Something else I think that we need to be doing is meeting people more. Now, I know that this can be difficult time-wise, but there's nothing wrong with saying, how are you? Fancy a catch-up on the phone this week? It's been ages. What's new with you? How's everything going? Fancy a catch-up this week? What are you doing on your lunch break tomorrow? Shall I come and meet you? A few examples just on there, but if we can get people in front of us, if we can have a normal human-to-human conversation, you're just going to come through, aren't you? Your enthusiasm for Alex is going to shine. And also, they're going to ask you what you're up to, mate. How are you? Tell your story. Now, you might have some people saying to you, you know, if you're messaging them out of the blue, and I know some of my team, if they message people out of the blue, they think that their Facebook's been hacked. Why you know, is that really you kind of thing? So be yourself. It might be that you've also messaged a lot of people when you first got started, and maybe you weren't as tactful as you could be. Maybe you were a bit spammy. It's okay. We learn as we earn, and you're going to get better. So you might have some people kind of along the lines of, to be honest, mate, I don't really want to talk about network marketing, or I don't want to talk about Alex. That's fine. It really is fine. They might have a little bit of kind of preconceived damage about what you want to talk about. Meet them anyway. Just chat. Be normal. Be you. Generate that relationship again. Build that kind of rapport again, and just get to know that person and what they're up to now. Because inevitably, if they're any decent sort of person, they're going to ask how you are anyway. Then you just carry on and talk to them about what you're up to. It doesn't have to be a big old prospecting meeting where you sit there and you kind of jump on them straight away. But if the opportunity arises, you tell your story. Now, if there is no resistance, that first message, prep them. Tell them a little bit about, or just kind of give them an idea about why you'd love to meet up. So you say, hey, fancy a coffee this week? Something like that. They might say, yeah, sounds good. Great, we've got something really fun to run by you. Just thought it'd be great to say hey as well. Fab, super excited to see you. Haven't seen you in ages. I've got something to tell you. You might love it, you might hate it, but I can't wait. So kind of give them an idea about why you're going to be getting together. And like he says, the point is, as with all of this, don't be hung up on yes or no. If you try and pressure somebody at any point during your work within network marketing, within Alex, they're going to just back off. So just be a normal human. Be you, be lovely, let your personality out. Doesn't matter if they say yes, doesn't matter if they say no, because if you're doing your job consistently, enough people will say yes, enough people will respond, or they'll meet you, and you've got the chance to then go through this amazing opportunity. Now, if you get people completely ignoring you, telling you to bugger off, that's fine, because again, you might have been a little bit too full on. Just ask them, I've been trying to reach you, are we still friends? Have I done something to upset you? Look, if I've offended you and you don't want to speak, that's totally fine. It's not been my intention, but I'll leave it in your hands. It'd just be great to say hi. Listen, I'm building on the, if you've got other people that aren't interested in the business, because maybe they're building theirs, another way you could go at it is, like it says at the bottom there, maybe there's something I could run by you to get your feedback, or maybe there's something I could apply that you're doing and vice versa. So again, it's no pressure, but you're just starting conversations and you're getting a meeting with somebody. So when you do get together, it's all about them. All about them. You want to know how they are. You know, we're in this business getting paid to make friends. It's fantastic. So ask them questions, be genuinely interested, and just listen, because you might find a chance to tell what you're up to. And that's really all you're potentially looking to do, because like we've just gone through on that last slide, your story starts with, you know, yeah, mate, I'm still in my current job, you know, your background. What I'm not liking about, to be honest though, my current job, it's not giving me the opportunity to earn any more. I've kind of reached a plateau with it, which I didn't like. Well, actually, I started something in my spare time, stumbled upon it because I was looking for a way to earn a bit extra money, progress a little bit more with my personal development, whatever. And actually, this part-time thing I'm doing, it's turning into a real opportunity. What are you on track to? Background, what you didn't like, how you found it, what you're on track to. And then at the end of them, you ask them, would you be open to taking a look at it? If they say yes, fab. If they say no, you have generated a really nice meeting with somebody, you have a nice friendship, so that they will potentially be open in the future. You're not trying to get anybody. It's just a really nice way of actually sharing what you're up to without bombarding somebody with information, because then you just simply share the next tool. Personally, my stats are this. 25 texts when I ask people, fancy a catch up this week, it's been ages, something like that. 25 texts, I get 10 appointments. You get more as you do more, basically. But it's about the quantity of what you say rather than the quality of what you say to arrange the appointment. It could just be, when we did this exercise at the event, it got to the point he wanted us to do 20 in about 3 minutes. So it got to the point where we were just sending catch-up ? So however you arrange an appointment, it kind of isn't the point. The point is just to have a chat with them when you get to do that, when you get to have that appointment. Because your story is going to create interest for the people that want to know more. And if, to be honest, if somebody doesn't even ask, how are you, when you're having that chat with them, they're not in the right frame of mind to even know about anything else, because they don't even want to know about you. So you're basically there to kind of find out how they're doing, what they're up to, and if there's the chance to say how you are and what you're up to, fantastic, because then that's going to lead them into hearing a bit more. So like it says there, part-time serious, part-time casual, full-time so casual, full-time serious. If you're looking at generating new team members from this kind of prospecting activity, these are the stats you're going to look for. So if you're having chats with people, if you can get to see 10 people, sit in front of them, have a coffee, get on the phone, have a Skype, whatever it might be, just saying hi to them and getting a chance to tell your story and following that with a BP, you're going to get a new team, you're potentially going to get new customers. It just varies really depending on who that person is and what they're looking for and if they're looking for anything or how they are. You know, if they're constantly moaning about their health, maybe there's a product video you can share. So let's have a little look at the cycle that we kind of follow. I like to do little things like this because it kind of makes it really simple for myself. So who is it I can get in touch with? What questions am I going to ask them? Build some rapport. Are you happy? Do you have a plan? Do you want to see one? Tell them the truth, tell them your story, ask them a question. If they want to know more, give them some info. Take them through to a business presentation, meet them and go through the information together. And if they want to get started, get them going. Do the exact same thing. Because the amazing thing is if you say to them, remember when I was just chatting with you on Facebook and you were saying that you weren't very happy with the job, you didn't really have a plan to get out of it and you were really quite open to, you know, looking at something new, that's all we're going to do to help other people understand whether or not they want to change what they're up to. And how simple might that be for somebody new in the business to sit there and think, oh my God, I didn't even realise that's what's happening and I get a chance to do that now as well. Really, really simple. So, again, I was going to ask you to do a bit of an exercise at the moment, but I want you to make a note in your notepad as well. I want you to do this. I want you to arrange appointments with people, because we are all a slave to our diary, and we might as well fill it up with appointments and catching up with people, because if you're not talking to people, you're not building a business. It will not happen. So this might be something that absolutely scares you, or it might be something that actually keeps it really simple. If you don't know or haven't kind of understood how to tell a really useful business story, like a business story about you from the heart that is really effective, get in touch with your upline, get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to help you put together just like a 60 seconds is all it really takes business story that goes through those 4 stages, what you're up to or currently up to or used to be up to, what you don't like about it or didn't like about it, and therefore how and why you found network marketing and what you're up to or planning to get up to in the next year or what's happened already. You know, this business helps us move really, really quickly. So for me, I've got some what's happened already points that I tell people, but I've also got what's coming now because I've got a plan in place for 2017. So when you're doing your business exercise and you're sending your messages out, give yourself a volume, 20 messages in 10 minutes. Let's arrange 20 appointments, or aim to arrange 20 appointments, or aim to arrange 50 appointments for the next 10 days. Set yourself a goal and go for it. Oh, so the homework. I said, create yourself a professional, organised workspace. Basically, the reason I put that on there is because personally, I know that a lot of people in my team, if they are working from the sofa and there's people trying to steal the remote control, it gets a little bit scatty. So maybe give yourself, when you're doing your business activities, a place you go specifically to do those business activities. Organise your workspace. This is something that I probably shouldn't be in there because I haven't actually gone through it in any detail, but really it's just, are the right things in front of you or have you got clutter everywhere? Give yourself a time management plan. What is it you are going to do every single day? Personally, it breaks down into prospecting activity, personal development, retailing activity. So you've got your 2 prospecting and retailing, text that you can include into that straight away. Time management, personal development. So what are you watching? What are you listening? What are you listening to? What are you reading? Give yourself some to-do lists of points every single day, to-do points. Have you done your business story? Like I said, if you haven't, get it done, because you can tell that to anybody. And the brilliant thing is you can tweak point number 2, what you didn't like about it, because There was a lot of stuff, for example, that I didn't like about my former life. A lot. I had no money. I had 45 grand's worth of debt. I was living at home with my dad at 29. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't like. I was working for a company that was completely out of any sort of, you know, vision, goal or dream I'd had for myself when I was younger, let alone as I grew up. And so when you're talking to somebody and you're saying these things that, you know, what that stopped me from doing, or what my, you know, my job is currently stopping me from doing, or what I would like about that former job before I quit being full-time in network marketing, you can tweak those points to the person that you're speaking to. So your story, when you follow a structure, allows you to actually talk to a vast variety of different people. So when you're talking to a mum, you can mention the fact that you had no time, you were constantly away all the time. When you're talking to somebody that loves their horse, you can talk about the fact that you have a flexible working life now, so you can go and ride your horse, for example, if you have one. You know, you can tweak little bits of it, or the things that you didn't like based on the person. So if you can really get your story nailed, that's a fantastic thing to get done. Send out your GoPro appointment texts. Decide the number you need for the results you want. And your daily vision statement, I've put that on there. Again, I shouldn't really put it on there because this is actually, I've taken slides from a training that I did a year ago. So sorry for this last slide, I've been a little bit hiccupy. But the daily vision statement again, we get told that in School of Success trainings when we all get started. It's something that I strongly believe in. If you can sit there every morning or whenever you sit down and do your business activity and recite something in the present tense, as if this is December the 15th, 2017, you're sitting there on Friday and you have just X, Y, Z. Seen this many points kick in, just qualified for this, just done X, just done Y. You're saying it in real time. Your subconscious is going to help you create those daily habits and going to help you seek out those opportunities on a daily basis to get there. Every single minute decision you make is going to become stronger because it's leading towards that goal. In your head, it's already happened. So your daily vision statement, I think, is something everybody should stick to. But the most important point about today was time management. So decide where it is you're going to spend your time every day. And prospecting structures. So hopefully those text messages have helped. Those, do you have a plan? Are you happy to have a plan? Do you want to see one? Tell them the truth, tell them the story, if I would you. That is absolutely doable for anybody from day one in this business because you're just having conversations with a bit of a structure. So get that included in your daily activity every single day. And enjoy. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a message on Facebook or get in touch with me if you've got my number. Other than that, I hope this has been of use to you and I hope it's helped. If you've got any questions, be in touch. But other than that, have a good evening, guys.